Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I am Mike Benitez. Today, we're yet again kicking off a new series. This series is going to be a little different. We're not going to be talking about a ship, nor a Zeppelin, but we're going to be talking about a game. A game designed by Wargaming. And if you thought Fortnite was good, this game is much better than Fortnite, I'll tell you. This game is called World of Warships. World of Warships is a game that involves any kinds of ship, ranging from a cruiser, aircraft carrier, destroyer, or battleship. No submarines are in this game. But what's even more exciting, there are 10 tiers, which a tier meant specific type of ship. The more stronger the ship is, the higher the tier is. And trust me, they have ships from Italian to Russia. They have ships from Italy, Russia, Britain, Germany, Japan, and of course the United States of America. But this series, we're going to be talking about each one of the ships, and what their effect is in the game is. And today, we're kicking off the series with the Tier 9 German battleship Fredrich Der Große, which in German means Frederick the Great. First, let's do some historical info of the ship. I am sorry to say that Fredrich Der Große's basis, the H-class of German battleships, was never even finished. However, this German H-class battleship would have been better than the Bismarck-class battleships, which consisted of Tirpitz and the one and only battleship Bismarck. And this ship was supposed to be designed with better guns and more weapons than that on Bismarck and Tirpitz, like 40.6 centimeter guns and 15 centimeter turrets, like those that would have been like those on Bismarck. These were going to be on the H class, but sadly they were never put on the ship. However, when the ship was not finished. Discussing the plans for the ship, Adolf Hitler wanted to be more powerful. However, due to the later years of World War II and the defeat of Nazi Germany, the Kriegsmarine never actually built the H-class battleships. But in World of Warships, Wargaming had two ships that were based off the H-class, the Fredrich Der Große and Großer Kurfürst. We will talk about the Großer Kurfürst in another video, but let's talk about Frederick the Great, or Fredrich Der Große. As you can plainly tell, Fredrich Der Große is basically a super Bismarck, having the same dual kind of weaponry on the Bismarck, however, it lacks movability. So let's take a look at this battleship. As like in the game with Bismarck, Fredrich Der Große is very good at close range battles. Now, when her main armament isn't less effective, because she has secondary weapons that can put a fighting punch and dish out the Fredrich Der Große's damage from a target. Which is a pretty good idea, because if you ever want to play this game, you would have to pick a very strong ship, like the Frederick the Great. However, being a battleship, she is quite sluggish and is a good target for destroyers, which is why it is considered the best to wait until you're with another group of ships on your side, and so you can fight a small amount of enemies. Actually, you can even fight along a fellow Frederick the Große if you want, if it's assigned to your team. But sometimes it's just the same tier as the Frederick Der Große Tier 9. The Frederick Der Große has two types of weaponry. She has slightly faster firing, but lighter 406 millimeter guns, and a slower firing range, but heavier tonnage, 420 millimeter guns. Which set is the best if used? Well, it's mainly of your choice when you're playing as the Fredrich Der Große, but it is highly considered to use the 406mm guns. For that they make the poor accuracy less frustrating, and the 420mm guns are more expensive in XP in World of Warships. And you have 6 slots, which are like upgrades, to upgrade your ship. So let's take a look at the pros and cons of Fredrich Der Große. She has a similar German. She has a traditional German turtleback design, which will make her less vulnerable to close range strikes. She has enhanced high-low caustic weaponry at long range. She has numerous and powerful secondary guns. She has decent speed and movability for a ship her size. She has a fast turret transverse, kind of as with a battleship, kind of like fast for a battleship, and has a huge amount of HP, which means that she has a lot of health. But don't get too cocky getting to the higher tiers. Remember what I said about the ship being sluggish? And now we'll get on to the cons of Fredrich Der Große. First of all, her main armament has a very bad poor accuracy, and will have some trouble trying to find your target, and will make locking onto the target very stressful. Also, her secondaries are less effective in Tier 9, so it's good to point out that you should stay away from enemy ships and be close to friendly ships. She has pretty bad arcs. You need to list a full broadside to fire all four turrets of guns. She has a large turning radius, which will make her vulnerable to torpedo strikes, and poor detecting ability, which means that as hard it is as targeting a ship, it is very hard to find a good target. You can look up the commander skills of World of Warships for how you wanna battle in this style of guns. But as I just said in this video, it won't be that hard for you. That I just show you that it's pretty easy for and she also has anti-aircraft guns, which means that she can destroy some enemy aircraft, but not all of them, because of her bad detecting abilities. She has Type 1, Type 2, and Type 5 camouflage. However, it's good to be 1, 5, and 2 when in medium range for shells not to hit you as the Fredrich Der Große. And here are the signal flags for Fredrich Der Große in combat, economic, and special. In all, Fredrich Der Große is a great ship to fight in World of Warships, but remember what I said. Don't get too full of yourself and cocky. As higher the tier goes, the more the ships are gonna come, and the more stronger they are. And remember, Fredrich Der Große has poor accuratation, which means that you cannot find a good ship because her range is slightly inaccurate and poor accuracy, which means that your guns won't hit your target in the right way. But Fredrich Der Große is a Tier 9 battleship, so I consider you just working your way up the tiers, and when you get to Tier 10, give it all you got. The Fredrich Der Große is a good ship for starters. Even if she was never built in real life, by the way, she is based on the H-39 class design. But since she is built in World of Warships, she is a superior battleship, just like her historical predecessor, Bismarck and Tirpitz. But remember what I said about the cons of this ship. Thank you very much for enjoying this video. Now, trust me, World of Warships, you gotta give it a try. It's a great game, and this series will talk about the ships involved and how you can use them. And our first video was about the Fredrich Der Große, a Tier 9 German battleship that was never built, but in fact is in World of Warships. Thank you much for enjoying this video. I hope when you ever play this game, you'll get to see the Fredrich Der Große in action. This is Michael Benitez signing out on episode 1 of World of Warships Fredrich Der Große. Bye!